Good afternoon. Welcome to Greensboro, North Carolina, home of Carolina Aircraft. I'm George Johnson, the Bonanza Man, and today we're here to look at a very nice, well-maintained 1992 model Bonanza A36, November 8069 uniform. Let's take a look. November 8069 uniform is a very low time A36 with only 1,970 hours total time since new. This engine has only 10 hours on it since it was exchanged for a factory reman. This has the IO550B 300 horsepower Continental engine, and this has air conditioning and it has a graphic engine monitor. At the same time the engine was exchanged for a factory reman, the prop was overhauled. This has a 3-blade Macaulay prop that only has 10 hours since overhaul. In addition to that, all the accessories on the engine were overhauled firewall forward at the same time. November 8069 uniform has always been hangared, and almost all maintenance since new has been done in a Beechcraft service center. However, the paint is original, and it really could use a paint job. The paint is beginning to fade. Now, we could have polished it up and made it look a lot nicer, but in reality, if you buy this airplane, you can make it look brand new by putting a new paint job on it. The tail on 8069 uniform is in very good condition. The airplane has no damage history, it has no hail pings, it has no corrosion on the tail, but it does need a paint job. The airplane is beyond the serial number where the wing spar AD applies, so the wing spar AD does not apply to this airplane. It also has internal corrosion proofing from the factory. One of the things that people like most about the Bonanza A36 is the big double cargo doors and club seating. Let's take a look at this beautiful leather interior. The rear interior area of this beautiful Bonanza A36 has a very nice interior. Take a look at the condition of the seats, very nice condition. The side walls, the cabin table, the windows, the headliner, they're all in great shape. I'm sure these have been replaced at some time. I don't remember exactly when. I know the headliner has been replaced. Now, the cockpit seats need to be replaced, as well as the cockpit carpet. But back here, the interior is in outstanding condition. The A36 cabin has a lot of room. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and I've got plenty of headroom. I've got plenty of leg room. The seats do go back and forth on the track. We've got a nice armrest here. And when I'm sitting in the airplane, it's almost like sitting in an easy chair in my living room. One of the features I like the most about the A36 cabin is its flexibility. Let's take a look at how easy it is to just fold these seats up out of the way to give you more leg room. The seats fold up just this easy, and you can just fold them up out of the way. Or if you want to remove these seats, you've got 2 pins that you pull, and you can take these 2 rear seats out using no tools in less than 30 seconds. Now, let's say that we have the 2 rear seats out, but everybody wants to fly forward facing. Well, you can turn these center seats around forward facing, and again, you don't need any tools. You've got little pins on the seat track that you pull, and this seat goes on that side and that seat goes on this side because of the armrest. And you still have adequate leg room, just like you would have in a Baron B55 or a Bonanza F33A. But then you have from here back for cargo. November 8069 uniform has a lot of great equipment and a very nice instrument panel. Let's take a look at the panel starting on the pilot side. At the top, we have your GPS annunciator panel, and then we have your autopilot annunciator, and then you have your altitude and vertical speed pre-select for your KFC 150 autopilot system. On the next row, we have your true airspeed indicator, and this will read true airspeed by setting your altitude opposite the temperature. Then we have your artificial horizon, and you'll notice that this has a flight director that comes up. So the airplane has a flight director. And then we have your encoding altimeter. On the next row, you'll notice the airplane's equipped with factory air conditioning. Below this is your instrument air gauge. And then we have your electric 2-minute turn coordinator. Beside this is your King KCS55A slaved HSI system. And then we have your vertical speed indicator. On your next row, we have your ADF indicator. And you'll notice this has ADF sync, so it's slaved to your HSI. And then we have your number 2 nav indicator. And then we have your KN63 DME, and this has DME 1, DME 2, nav 1 and nav 2 switching, and DME hold. And then we have a WX1000 Plus storm scope for weather avoidance. Since it's a 92 Bonanza A36, it has the nice King Air style gauges with the new style instrument panel. You'll notice we have your manifold pressure gauge, your RPMs, your fuel flow, your cylinder head temperature and EGT gauge, and then your oil temperature and oil pressure gauge. Now let's take a look at your avionics stack. At the top we have a PS Engineering audio panel with your 3 light marker beacons and built-in 6-place intercom system. Below this is a King KLN90B IFR GPS system. And then we have your number 1 NavCom, which is a SL30 NavCom. And then we have a MX20 multifunction display. And this airplane is equipped with weather data link that will show up on here. It also has terrain, and the airplane has Mode S traffic that will also show up on your MX20. Below this is your autopilot. This airplane is equipped with the KFC 150 Autopilot Flight Director slaved HSI system. And the 150 is a digital autopilot that will shoot a fully coupled approach down to minimums. Beside the avionics stack, we have some standby or co-pilot instruments. We have a standby artificial horizon and a standby DG. This is your number 2 NavCom. It's a King KX165 NavCom. And then we have your Garmin GTX 330 transponder, and this is a Mode S transponder and has the Mode S traffic to display on your MX20. Below this is your ADF. This has the King KR87 ADF. To the far right, we have a ground comm switch, so you can turn on your number 1 NavCom before turning on any avionics or even starting the engine. Then we have your Insight graphic engine monitor that shows you the digital readout on every cylinder. And then we have a standby altimeter. Now let's take a look at the pilot's control wheel. In the front we have a push to talk or mic button. On the top is your autopilot disconnect button. And then we have a control wheel steering button to sync your flight director with your autopilot. Then we have your electric trim switch. This is equipped with electric elevator trim. In the center we have a digital chronometer, control wheel clock, and this serves as a timer as well to time your approaches. On the right side of the control wheel we have a transponder ident button, and then we have a map light that puts a light in the pilot's lap, a light in the outside air temperature gauge, and a light in your compass. November 8069 uniform is equipped with rose and sun visors. These are very nice because the pilot can see through them, see traffic, but they also protect the pilot's eyes. Take a look at the condition of the windows. The windows are in great shape, the windows and windshield in this airplane. And the airplane has no damage history. It's equipped with factory air conditioning and has a great maintenance history. If you want a great buy and a very nice, no damage history Bonanza A36, you need to visit Carolina Aircraft in Greensboro, North Carolina, and take a look at 8069 uniform. This airplane is equipped with the KFC 150 Autopilot Flight Director slaved HSI with altitude and vertical speed pre-select. It has factory air conditioning. It also has Garmin 330 Mode S traffic, XM weather, a storm scope, a graphic engine monitor, and a lot of other great equipment. This airplane does need a paint job, so you can customize it just the way you want it and make it look brand new. The engine and prop only have 10 hours since factory reman, and since overhaul respectively. The total time on the airplane is only 1,970 hours, so you can tell that the original engine went beyond TBO and the airplane was well cared for. It's always been hangared, and almost all maintenance has been done in a Beechcraft service center. So this airplane has impeccable records and impeccable maintenance. Come visit Carolina Aircraft in Greensboro, North Carolina to see this very nice Bonanza, and also visit us on the web at carolinaaircraft.com to see our gorgeous Bonanzas and Barons. Give us a call at 336-665-0300. Have a great day.